Hello and welcome to another fantastic episode. It is the BRG Talk Show, and you know how we do it, real talk with BRG right here. My name is Ria Abdul, and of course, I do this with
Elizabeth Sue.
How are you doing, Elizabeth?
I'm fine, thank you. It's good to see you again.
I know, but today is a very beautiful day because we're going to be talking about something really important. Now, we know that the BRG for over a decade, they have been influencing people positively. They've had a lot of summits, but one summit that really caught our attention is the one they just recently did, and that's the BRG Developers Summit that was held in South Africa. Trust me, it was a fantastic event. A lot of networking and a lot of good things happened there. Guess what? Today we're going to be talking to two amazing developers that attended the summit, and they're going to be telling us the experience they had, the wow moments, and most importantly, why you should think about attending a summit like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, join me. Let's welcome Mr. John Oyedepo. I like to call him like a pastor, of course, of the name Oyedepo, and he is the CEO Urban Living Development Limited. And also, let's welcome Mr. Olawale Aremu. He is the COO Urban Living Development. They're right here in the studio with us, and together we're going to be talking about the BRG Developer Summit that happened in South Africa. All right, Mr. Aremu, how are you feeling today?
I'm good.
You're great.
I'm good.
How was your morning like?
Fine, and you look stunning, by the way.
Thank you for your compliment. Also, Mr. Oyedepo, if I must say, how does it feel like to be called Mr. Oyedepo?
Awesome.
Because I always link into the pastor, so
Yeah, I get that a lot.
I'm sure you get that a lot.
That same question, are you related to
Yeah, but are you related? Let's just clank it.
in Christ?
Or in of that. Before we delve into, the reason why we're here today, because the both of you were in South Africa, you networked and you had an amazing time. But I want to talk about your own company, because I know that in March, you're going to be 2 years, which is like a milestone. So let's just clap for that. Congratulations for that. I just want you to tell me how it has been like, how the journey has been like, and the anticipation, for next year when you turn to.
For us at Urban Living Development Limited, we can't talk about our success without going back in time. It's been about a decade now, and when you see a skyscraper, you appreciate the beautiful edifice, and not everybody appreciates what is actually holding that skyscraper. And in this scenario, I'm talking about BRG. BRG have done a lot for many people, and over the years, you have gathered experiences, and we have learned a lot. And this is one of the factors that contribute to our success today. So, over these years, with the experiences, we've learned a lot, and even before starting Urban Living, we intend to put this into use, and that was how we are intentional about whatever we do at Urban Living. And doing this, we know that people are important. So, like any other business, it is the business of people. So we prioritize customer service, which is very important. And I can assure you, if you count 1 to 2 in BRG, companies that are top-notch in customer service, Urban Living will be one of them. Yeah. So, again, our product, because after people will know product is the next thing, and you can attest to that from our product so far. So, I can say this attributed to
the success.
the huge success that we're experiencing at Urban Living.
Okay. And Mr. Remo, let me just take you to this. So in March, you're going to be 2 years. And I know that for every business, when I see a business that has stayed 6 months, 1 year, I'm like, okay, there's a lot of consistency. Because we know how it is in Nigeria. We know how it is in Africa. We know the fluctuations, we know how it can be difficult for a business owner. And now being able to sustain this business, and next year we're celebrating this milestone, what would you say have been some of the challenges for you? And also, like, what are the expectations for such a milestone in your business?
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Rhea. Talking about will be 2 years in March. It's not been so smooth all the way. Honestly, there's been some up and downs. But what have helped us in the past is the years of experience that we've had in the sector. We're at 2 years, but we have over 2 decades experience on our belt in the real estate sector. So, talking about challenges, definitely we all know that to be a businessman in this part of the world is not a walk in the park. There are quite a number of challenges, government processes, government just coming up one day, give you one policy that disrupts your business and all of that. But of course, in all of this, like I spoke about BRG and partnership, collaboration has helped us to be able to weather the storm, none of these challenges that we have faced in the past. So we look forward to better years, a decade, 2 decades, and all of that for the brand.
Okay, and definitely, we're definitely looking forward to that. But let's talk about the summit that was just held in South Africa. I know that it was a beautiful one and a lot of fun was had. And it was just really nice when I heard that BRG was organizing that summit, because this is not the first one that they've done. You know, they've gone to several African countries just trying to bring people together. And this time around, they focused on developers, which is an angle that people do not really, focus on in the real estate world. So when you got to South Africa, I want to know, what was the feeling like? How was the whole, arrangement like? Was it smooth? Was it, rough? How was it like in South Africa? Because we're going to really go deep into this because we want to hear all the gist. For those of us that were not in South Africa, we want to know. So how was it like when you go to? The way they're smiling, it seems like it was a lot of fun.
Did you see all the gists?
All the spicy gist. But how was it like when you go to South Africa? Let me start with you, Mr. Oyedepo.
First of all, after landing on the airport, what I've heard about South Africa, the Zeno stuff.
Oh, okay.
The bad impression I've been having. First of all, I didn't experience that.
Okay.
So that's changed my mindset about South Africa. Because at first, when I heard BRG is going to South Africa, I was like, I'm not going to this country. But after getting there, mingling with people, I realized that not all women's sure. So that was my first experience. Then we started the summit.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
It was awesome. Okay. Let me hear from you. First experience where you landed?
Yes. Of course, like I said, South Africa is one country I didn't dream of visiting.
Okay.
Because I'm like, these people don't like Nigeria, so why do I have to go there? But starting with the processes of getting the visa, the passport, and all of that, BRG made it so seamless for us. Kudos to their team for making that happen. Go to the airport, we moved into our rooms. 5-star, fantastic hotel, good rooms. The scenery makes a lot of sense, and the people we met actually, South Africa people are very loving people.
Okay.
Very loving people. We're at Cape Town, we're at Johannesburg. Awesome place, fantastic environment, and they have a lot of tourist centers that are very attractive that you can visit. So South Africa is a good place you want to go to. I hope PRG can still take us to South Africa.
So, okay, but we're going somewhere
in the
next.
future.
The next feature. But let's talk about the conference itself. Bringing a lot of developers from different places. Because I knew that there were a lot of big names there. Not even only people from real estate. Mr. Victor from education was there as well. There are many people that were there. How would you say the conference was like for you? Was it life-changing? And not just for you as well, for your business. Because we know how BRG really believes in networking. And we know how pivotal that is in what you do. So for the conference itself, how would you say it has impacted you as well as your business? I'll start with you.
Okay. Thank you. We've had trainings in the past. Thank you. BRG Academy came in. Most of the time it is for realtors, not for developers.
Yeah.
So BRG just thought about that. Okay, if we are training realtors, then let's train developers too. And because really there's no school really here where you train developers.
Exactly.
People just enter into this space and they start doing business. But there are some fundamental things that they need to know, and that's why BRG brought this in. So for us as a business, we were at Kenya last year. We're South Africa too this year. This year was so mind-blowing, better than the experience that we had at Kenya. So it was a very good one for us. We had Ned Okoko coming, we had Engineer coming, we had Victor Aribi coming, and all of that. So all of these experiences put together has definitely helped our business to move from where we used to be to where we are now. And in the next couple of months, you're going to see what to come up with all of the processes that we have changed. For me, Victoria, you'll be talking about processes as all of this makes a lot of sense for us. And we have started implementing that in our business, and we have started seeing changes in how we approach our business. So Let me stop there.
So, but from what you saw in South Africa, and the networking you were able to do, what would you say is the power of networking and the way BRG is always able to bring people together? Because, like I said earlier on, this is not the first time. We've seen in Kenya, they need to do a Ghana thing. Do we have anything in Ghana? Not yet. I don't think they've done something in Ghana. So we're calling on BRG. We need something in Ghana. But we've seen them move from different African countries and all. But what would you say is the power of networking through, what you went through at the conference with BRG?
For me, networking is good, and that is one of the benefits of attending the summit. And we met a lot of people, good minds, especially the speakers. We have
Who was the best speaker for you? Who was your best speaker? I think I know, but who was your best speaker?
Engineer Larry.
Oh, okay, I thought you wanted to say Mr. Victor. Because I hear his speech was actually really fantastic.
Yes, I learned a lot from Mr. Victor too.
Yeah.
Because one thing I picked from him was structuring, and that has really helped us at Urban Living. Since we came back, we have become intentional about growing the organization, and I can say right now we can travel for 2 weeks, 1 month without a little kickback.
Okay.
So that has really helped us, and we have been implementing it.
Yeah.
So
But what was like the wow experience for you there? That one thing that you would never remember. That thing that was very pivotal, in your trip, that you're like, even if you're 100 years old, you cannot remember. You tell your children about the conference. What was that thing for you? The defining moment?
That will definitely be Victor Aribe's session.
Okay.
Where he spoke about structuring, putting your board of directors together, putting your advisory board together. And he actually said, you already have people that should be in your board of directors, even around you, but you don't see that. And like they used to say that everybody's eyes are open,
Yeah.
but not everyone sees. So I make us realize that, you have some people that have been in your brand. Like for us now, we have some clients that have bought into all of our properties, 7. So say you have someone that has believed in all your properties since you started, then that person should be a part of a advisory board. That person is more than a client now. It's a part of the business. And talking about, in fact, there are a lot of people that are on our board now that they came in on board after the BRG South Africa experience. So, and we have started learning a lot of things. It has brought a new innovation into the way we do business at Urban Living. And I'm sure the sky is the limit.
Elizabeth, I'm sure you definitely want
Okay.
to.
Well, for
Yeah.
me, right, as a developer or even as a realtor, doing business here in Nigeria can be mentally draining. So I also wanted to just find out, as a developer and having that platform, for the fact that there was a summit organized for you, like how did it even feel to just be away from, the hustle and bustle of Nigeria? What was the real estate experience like? Because for me, if I go to a new country, definitely I'll be looking at their houses. And I know South Africa is a beautiful
They
place.
do have,
So I'm sure there was something you probably saw, or do you feel a certain type of way as you went to
Yeah.
South Africa?
Well, before we started, somebody mentioned that we enjoyed South Africa.
I did.
So that was a reason we stayed back,
Yeah.
even while everyone was left.
Like, okay.
We really enjoyed South Africa, and we, like me and my partner, Mr. Aremu, we tour some projects in South Africa. We saw what they are doing and how they are doing it. In fact, it was fantastic, and we learned a lot from it. And that was why I said we want to go to South Africa again.
I know, right? But what do you think about their infrastructure as well? Let's say we want to compare it. I know we're not trying to compare, but right? What do you think about their infrastructure, the buildings and all of that?
Well, South Africa being a country that, in terms of regulations, their real estate is more regulated than what we have in Nigeria. In terms of following through the processes, construction processes, I think they do that better in South Africa. So we see their buildings, we see all their safety measures, ensuring that everything is followed up to the letter. We don't have that here.
Yeah.
Of course, in Nigeria, we don't have problems with putting laws in place. It's our implementation that is the issue that we have. And I didn't mention that we have regulators too that were part of the event at South Africa. And that's one of the good things that BRG did for us. We had LAPSCA coming. Yeah, so they were there heads on to tell us what we are not doing right. And we were there to also tell them what the government needs to do for us to make the business easier for us, like making the approval processes, making it faster, harmonizing all of these departments to be smaller, because now we have about 12 ministries that you have to go through, get approvals, want to build in Lagos. So of course we can harmonize it together. So, and they took all of those recommendations down to the government, and I'm sure that's going to be the next big thing that the government is going to work on. And you remember there was an event of LAPSCA about 2 weeks ago, where former Governor Fashola spoke.
Yeah.
He spoke about harmonizing all this process. So that's one of the things that we brought out from a South Africa event that has gone to the four corners for the government to start working on.
It seems this South Africa was really
we need to go.
No, don't worry. We're going for the next one. Go away. Let's talk about that as well on the show. But I also know that during the conference, I'm saying we like I was at the conference, but I was there in spirit. I know that during the conference, we really wanted to speak about Africa, African real estate. So for you, what do you think you're doing? Not just you and your company. What are you doing to, shape Africa's real estate to make it better? Because during the conference, that was something that they really spoke about, taking African real estate to another level, which is what BRG has been doing, successfully. So for you yourself as an individual, what would you say you're doing to shape that narrative, just to take African real estate to the top level?
All right, thank you. We have come to discover that the real estate sector in Africa, we have not even scratched the surface at all. We have not started. There are a lot of things that we are doing, but in this part of the world, it's very easy for us to say, I want to be the head, I want to be one spearheading all of these things. And they say, if you want to go far, you go together. If you want to go fast, you go alone. So one of the key things at South Africa was the power of collaboration. And that's what we need more in Africa. We need to see developers, like 5 brands coming together, put up an rise, build vertical. You spend lesser, you leverage on each other's strength to put those structures together. And what that will also do for you is give your brand a better name. So by the time you come together, collaborate, have like say maybe 14 story building areas and all of that, making it functional. So the things that these people see when they go outside the country, you could be able to put all of these things in it, because if you want to do it alone as a developer, infrastructure alone will take out all of the money. You get so, but by the time you collaborate together, it will be easy for you to achieve all of this. So this is something that is major that African real estate needs to start working on to ensure that we match up with the developments going on in other developed parts of the world.
Okay. All right, but Mr. Oyedepo, let's talking about BRG. BRG has been known for, we've been giving them the accolades, and I think we cannot stop because they keep doing great things. With this beautiful initiative they've come up with, what do you want to tell them, for the next one that we're going to talk about? How can they make it better? Should they continue? Of course, I know you want them to continue because they did a fantastic job with South Africa, but, what are some of the things you like to say? Were there some mishaps during the, the trip, during the conference? And what would you just like to say to BRG about this fantastic initiative that they have, started?
Yes, just like BRG has been doing perfectly well in almost everything they do. Last year at Kenya, this year South Africa. One thing I love about it is the experience. And when I say the experience, is bringing people that are in the field to come and pour out their mind and teach us, how do you feel having someone that walk a path and the person is ready to hold over their head?
Not the aspire to Maguire.
Yeah. So this set of people give us, they show us what they have done from the bottom to the top. So it's very, very easy for you to not make any mistake.
Exactly.
So coming next year, I want this to continue. Bring people in the industry that can actually show us how they have done it and how they have been successful. So like this one in South Africa, we have Virginia Larry, we have Ned, and some other Abuta of Gashas. So they pour out their mind, and we learned a lot. So part of what they said, we have started implementing
it.
And it's very important, especially for developers that are moving from selling of land to development. So it really helps. In fact, you just need to be there if you don't want to, run into debt.
Exactly. But before I ask you to rate your experience, with what you said, I think BRG have been doing a fantastic job of the fact that there's an adage they say, like, don't just show me the fish, or don't catch the fish for me. Show me how to catch the fish so that I don't keep coming back to you and asking you how it's done. And I think it's just been beautiful that they've been able to carry people along. They're not afraid to take you to the top. They have been there, they've seen it, and they want to influence people that you can do it if you believe in it. So I think that's just a big shout out to salutes to BRG for that, because that's been an amazing initiative. Just taking people from their comfort zone and showing them to other people. Because I also hear that there's something in the real estate world is that people don't want to show you to like great people. People don't want to,
They want to help
like
people.
make you see other people that can help you. But with BRG, that's not the conversation. But if you want to rate your experience, I'll start with you, your South African experience, from 1 to 100, what's it going to be like? Don't tell me 100 over 100.
South Africa experience.
No, with the BRG conference.
For the BRG
Yeah.
conference. Let me do 90.
90 over 100.
let me do
Okay.
90.
Okay. And let me hear from you.
For me, I would do 95.
Okay. You added 5 as Jara.
Yeah, I would do 95.
Shout out to
So that was one thing I needed.
Yeah.
I got it.
You got it. And what was that?
It was engineer's line,
Oh.
actually. When he was talking about construction, and he was talking about financials, do your calculations right.
Easy, man.
And he mentioned 2 things I've never heard from anywhere. He talks about exit cost. He talks about exit plan. And those 2 key words are very, very important in construction. So if you don't have them, you are going to run into debt, especially in this our economy of
Amazing.
inflation.
And that's why it's very important to attend all the summits. But guess what? There's good news. So if you miss South Africa, I'm looking at you and I'm telling you that something amazing is coming up. And that is Canada. Canada. So in 2025, the BRG is having a massive conference in Canada, and we are all anticipating that. But for you that you've attended some, what would you like to say for people that are still thinking, do I want to go? Is it beneficial? Should I go? For you, seen, trusted, what would you like to say to them?
If you have not registered for Canada, you are sitting in a long tail, right?
Yes.
If you don't know what to do, I used to tell my people, look at people that are doing it, see what they're doing. Just go back, look at some of the brands that I attended, Kenya Summit and attended South Africa Summit. Go and look at where the brand was before the summit and where the brand was now. That's enough a testament to tell you that you need to be in Canada in 2025. It's going to be an amazing experience. I want to see you there.
Okay, and for you as well, Mr. Oyedepo?
We've seen the evidence of people that attended. And if you want to bring up your company, if you want to scale, then you need to attend. Because there are some things you can learn in the 4 walls of classroom. You learn them by experience. As the saying goes, you learn by, as in, experience is the best teacher. So you just have to come and experience it hands-on.
Okay. But before I even let you all do your final words, not your final words also, of course, but, just something sweet for BRG, I just want to really elaborate on this, Canada conference. And like we've said before, this is what BRG has been doing. They rise by lifting others. And just in case you missed it, I was not in South Africa. I would have been in South Africa, but I had other jobs to do. But I've heard, the testimonials, and you've heard them. They were in South Africa, and you know what they've gone back with. They've taken things that has helped their business, and not just their business, their mindset as well, because it starts with you, it starts with your mind. So if you are still thinking about whether you want to go to Canada or not, first of all, Canada is an amazing place, that you like to explore, but also you're not just going to enjoy Canada, you're going to have conversations, you're going to network, you're going to meet people that will take your business to another level. You have no idea. You may meet somebody in Canada that when you come back, you don't know, maybe you're closing that deal. So this is me imploring you that I think the registration has started, right?
Yes.
Or not, it started. So this is me telling you that this is very pivotal for you. So if you're thinking about it, think no more, because Ara is telling you that Canada is the place to be. And I'm definitely going to be in Canada as well. I want to see you all. So it's very important that we get to make that trip. But before I let you go, it's been a fantastic conversation. I just want you to tell me a few words for BRG, a few sweet words for BRG to keep up the good work.
Thank you very much for what you're doing. And BRG is the only company that I know that they are not scared of people's success. So they really want you to succeed. So BRG is like a family to me.
Okay.
And most times, if I take any step at urban living,
Mm-hmm.
I consult them.
Consult them. You come back.
Because value is just fantastic.
Okay. Let me hear from you.
Yeah. BRG, I say, if you are doing real estate in Nigeria and you don't know BRG,
What are you doing?
who do you know, right? Because even the government coffers now in Nigeria, I talk about BRG, they know what the brand stands for. So BRG has helped a lot of real estate developers move from where they were, move them to where they are now. So, and a lot of people are testament to what BRG has been able to do. For us as a brand at Urban Living, you can't talk about our success story without talking about BRG. BRG helps you, picks you up from where you are, helps you with process it, how to work on your people, how to work on your product and all that. So, all of these things you don't get for cheap out there.
Yeah.
But BRG just come to you and they help you through all of these processes and they want to see you grow, honestly. So shout out to BRG, shout out to the president,
Yeah.
chief coach of Lagos, Dr. Aspire, Gbenga Kola, Gbenga Adeleke and all of that. So shout out to BRG.
You know what I call them? I call them the three magic musketeers. Yeah. Because they're always there with great plans. This has been a very beautiful conversation. We have told you, you've heard it, and you need to be in Canada. I'm going to wrap up with the fact that Canada is where you need to be in 2025. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to network. I'm going to be there. They are going to be there. Your business is going to elevate once you enter Canada and come out. Trust me, I said so. And also a very big shout out to BRG. He said something that really resonated with me. They will lift you up. I cannot talk about my success story as a presenter without talking about the impact they've had in my career. So not just as a real estate person, for what I do as well. So a big shout out to BRG. Thank you for living to what you said. You rise by lifting others, and that's exactly what you've been doing. And because we rise by lifting others, of course, we cannot have you leave your homes, come and sit with us, even though we're beautiful faces, and I know you're happy to be here. But why are you peeping? No, should I take it? But anyway, we have something special for you, and this is courtesy BRG. It's courtesy the Real Talk with BRG, and we just want you to have it. We tell you thank you. We appreciate you, Elizabeth. We appreciate
Thank you so very much.
We're very
Thank
happy.
you.
You see all the money there? Oh my God, dollars, a lot of dollars. That's us, man. We do that. We give our money for a living. Enjoy the dollars, okay? What a beautiful conversation. Elizabeth, I've had Elizabeth here. My name is Ria Abdul, but not to worry. Next week, we're back again with another banging and smashing episode. You will only get this on the Real Talk with BRG. See you later.